Hey, welcome back to another great episode of Travel with Rocky. Traveled all the way from Langford, BC, up island, 4.5 hours to get to this really awesome camping site at Pie Lake. It's a recreation site, which is amazing because there's only probably about 4 or 5 stalls, but as you can see, there's hardly anybody, if anybody is here. So stay tuned, gonna have a wonderful weekend here at Pie Lake and get some really wonderful footage.
Hi, my great friends. I'm Rocky Vanderhook. Welcome back to another excellent episode of Travel with Rocky, where I combine my passions of getting out into the great outdoors and the art of cooking. Stay tuned and learn something new. I promise that you will enjoy it.
As I always say, sit back, relax, and enjoy this great journey with me today. You'll be amazed at what you'll be able to learn and to see. Truly thank you for tuning in with Travel with Rocky. Just want to say thanks to all you wonderful viewers, but most importantly, the subscribers to the channel and to my great community. Truly thank you for helping grow the channel. I would just sit back now and enjoy this wonderful episode out here in the great outdoors. Hey everybody, got my coffee, just sitting back, and I'm going to make the North American classic breakfast for you this morning, which is Pop-Tarts. I don't think so. We're gonna make some Eggs Benedict outdoors, Rocky style. So always remember, before you do any form of cooking, always make sure your hands are always clean. I always have these wonderful sanitation hand wipes that kill any kind of bacteria. So yeah, please, cleanliness in the outdoors is very, very important, because if you have cross-contamination or get any food poisoning, the last thing you want to do is be sick in the backcountry and have to pack yourself out. So yes, sanitation, really important, hands clean. All right, we're gonna make the Eggs Benedict. I have salted butter. I am cheating today and I'm going to use powdered wonderful Eggs Benedict. I got my hash browns, got my ham, and most definitely my eggs. So let's get this all going. So I have my pot. So we just put some vinegar in the water because vinegar will allow the egg to coagulate a little bit into a round ball instead of scattering all over the place within the water. And of course you just want it a nice simmer, not a rapid boil. Now that the butter is totally melted, I'm just going to add the hollandaise sauce mix. This is the easiest and cheapest and most economical way of making Eggs Benedict, or the hollandaise sauce. So when you're making it in the powder form, you want to make sure that it is quite thick. And then what we need to do is put that back on the heat for a little bit, but add a little bit of water as we progress to the right consistency of texture that you would like within your hollandaise sauce. And this will be a perfect opportunity of putting on the ham. Of course, the traditional way is using Canadian back bacon, but again, I'm just going to use the Express Deli ham, which is just exactly the same. And as you can see, that the consistency is getting into the hollandaise sauce consistency, but we'll just add a little bit more water. Now that the water is boiling, we'll put in the poached eggs for a good 7.5 minute cook. This is gonna taste so good. We're gonna get plating up here in a minute. Just get everything sort of cleaned up here. My assistant is actually going to get me another paper plate. Thank you. Oh, there's 4, so let's do like that. And most important pro tip, if you're going out camping and you happen to need to take the kitchenware, please don't allow your wife to know that you're actually taking the kitchenware out of the kitchen. Okay, taste test. Oh my goodness, I like a little black pepper on mine. Gonna cut into this early morning breakfast eggs Benedict style, Rocky. Of course, what other reaction would I give you than because I am an unbelievable cook. So I'm just gonna sit back and relax and enjoy this great breakfast, make a little bit of a coffee. So please stay tuned for the next little bit of episode. And I'd also like to take you through a tour of my camp and show you all my camping gear that I have. Woohoo! All right, I'd like to take you through a tour of my great camp and sort of my equipment that I use when I'm hammocking. And here we go. So starting out with the hammock, there are many different kinds of hammocks that you can buy on the market. I always like supporting Canadian and most definitely locally. And the hammock is from Hennessy Hammock of Salt Spring Islands up here in BC. It is sort of a little torn, but I'll zoom in and there you go. Hennessy Hammock. Oops. All right. The other most important thing that you need for a hammock, and as you can see, is a tarp. And I also got my tarp system from Hennessy Hammock too. And then most importantly, when you're hammocking, is to always have an underquilt. And the underquilt really will protect you, because if you don't have an underquilt, you will tend to notice how cool your back gets and your bum. So it's made out of 100% goose down. And then unzipping my whole hammock, I have my internal sleeping wear. So I have another down top quilt, and then I also like sleeping with another underquilt underneath because I like it a little bit nice and warm when you're sleeping at night. And then I have my pillow. On top, I have my headlamp. Here we have some nice little pouches where you can put your iPhone or your light, as you can see. Some extra little pockets where you can put your glasses or any storage things that you need for the day. But as you can see, it's really a roomy hammock. So the difference between my brother's and mine is that my brother's is made from Little Shop of Hammocks, also locally Canadian, out of Saskatchewan. And I highly recommend it. I'll give a link below, but he is the one that specializes in these underquilts. He is a very talented man, James, from Little Shop of Hammocks. And the link below. My brother's tarp is also Canadian made from Aqua Quest out of Courtenay, BC. None of these people are sponsoring the channel, but it is phenomenal equipment that both my brother and I utilize. So please, video description below also for everything that you're seeing here. If you're interested, by all means, leave me a comment or go down to the description below and all the details of all the equipment are there. And also my underquilt and top quilt come from Little Shop of Hammocks. Oh my goodness, you can see how beautiful it is behind me. This is one of the most spectacular moments that I enjoy the most in every day. Is the calmness, the quietness just before the sun is setting is sometimes very magical. So I'm so glad you're here with me. Sit back and also really enjoy this moment with me.